Fear the powerlessness. Welcome to another Minecraft video. Before I get started, be sure to burn up the like button, destroy the subscribe button, speed through that notification bell. Leave a good comment down below for my interior the great sneeze. Check out my YouTube videos and playlists. Check out Vivacity and Sonic Central. The usual links are in the description as always. If you guys are new to the channel, be sure everything you said helps out a lot. I appreciate support and feedback. First of all, just want to say the reason why the volume is low on my TV and why my voice is more quieter. I am recording after 1 in the morning in my room and my parents are sleeping, so I want to keep it as quiet as possible without making a bunch of sound, and I don't want to wake up my cats either. So this is going to be an update on Epic World 6. It has been a bit of time since I last did one, and this is going to be honest, I've done a lot of shiz on here. I've been working my tail off to get as much stuff as I can done. There are a couple of different changes. I don't know how much is different from the last video, but I might review some of the stuff that I did in the last video, but there's a lot of stuff. Obviously, I don't have everything, but I'm actually kind of getting somewhat close to getting everything. There's only just a couple of things. There's like 3 racetracks I still have to build. I still have to build like Rainbow Road. I still have to build the Tetra statue. I still have to do the little Minecraft store. I still have to do my bouncy castle, little candy cans. So I gotta do all that stuff. But as far as that, I've got about everything, pretty much. The fishing dock is a little different. I don't have the town yet either, but I'm not sure where I would put that. I do have more maps, as you can see here. Look at how much I have been doing on this world since the last video that I made. Now, I don't remember where I left off of on the last video, but I guess, yeah, you'll get to see some of the newer things, some of the better things, some of the things that I had in 5, but I've made them bigger and better, or just something different. So we're gonna get right on into this. Yeah, you guys already can see a lot of stuff is returned. I'm not finished with the pyramid. I just have the pharaoh, and that's all. So, yeah, I've been doing a lot of stuff here on Epic World 6. I can tell you what's new and what was not new. The roller coaster, which that minecart is stopped. It's in a different shape. I decided to go with redstone blocks this time. Screw redstone torches. I didn't feel like doing that. Mushroom farm. I don't know if it's the same size or not, but I think it's pretty good size. The tree farm is actually the exact same size, believe it or not. All these trees, look at these 2 big ones to the rest of the trees. There's kind of a nice size one there, but these ones right here, they're really massive. The arena, I went with my initials this time instead of a friend of mine's, so I decided to change it up. The arena, I believe, is bigger this time around. So, yeah, I haven't done much with a lot of this stuff. I haven't gone out here yet, but I'm going to put the cocoa bean farm somewhere over here in this dark spot right here. I don't remember if I featured the lucky block chest, but the question mark actually looks really nice. See, I got a bunch of the racetracks since I last did a video. I think when I last did a video, I had test course. I think test course is the only one. I made a couple of adjustments to some of the tracks, not a lot. Fuji, I made an adjustment with the what's supposed to be there is supposed to be a little chicane. I made this turn more rounder. Like, a lot more different than the other one, making it a lot like the real life track of the Fuji 80s version that was once long ago. The beginner course doesn't look weird. Actually looks like a little bean or something. I don't know. Just made that up, I guess. It's different. Willow Springs, made one little change, and that was to this turn. It would have normally had been, like, this block would have been a wall, and this block would have been part of the track, and it would have just been like a rectangle or a square. I made it a little round here because the turn is actually like a circle shape, or no, like more like an oval. Not really rectangular because it would just look weird, and it's not even how the track design is. And if you do know that since it's really late at night, I'm going to be yawning a lot, so expect that as well. I made my own Grand Valley. I thought it turned out pretty well. The old one sucks, man. This one's way better. I prefer this one. And the GT7 version of Grand Valley is nowhere near as cool as this. No, really. I actually, used the GT3 version of Grand Valley instead of using the Gran Turismo 4, 5, 6, or whatever version. I went ahead and did almost like a custom Grand Valley circuit, and I think I did pretty good overall. Let's see here. I still, oh god, lag. I still love this epic bridge here. The Thanksgiving turkey, delicious as always. The iron golems. I didn't add the names this time. I think I made it a little bit bigger this time. I added, I think I have 10 in here. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, about 10. About 10 iron golems. Keeping this place guarded well. Not really me, since I'm the owner of this world, and everyone would have to abide by my rules. And one of those rules would be no griefing or no destroying anything, any of this stuff. No destroying any of this stuff. If anyone ever played with me, whether if it's a friend or it's a family member of mine, I don't want them ruining anything on this world, because I have been spending countless days and weeks of building crap on here, and it's been going well. The Blaze statue, decided to bring it back and made a couple of changes a little bit with some of the red pieces, even with the shoes. Instead of the red concrete blocks, I decided to go with redstone blocks, since the redstone blocks actually look really sharp, and they kind of fit in better, and they kind of shine more, and it makes it more fancy, I guess. I don't really know what to use for the term of that. Next up, we have the target practice, the hospital, and the Ferris wheel. Yes, I'm doing all three of them because they're all next to each other. The target practice was pretty easy. I copied it exactly the same off of Epic World 5. It actually goes the same with the hospital and the Ferris wheel. I actually did not take as long on the Ferris wheel this time as it did the first time because, well, I understood it. Hospital, 3 floors, pretty much the same from Epic World 5. Again, I literally took photos and stuff and copied it off of Epic World 5 to put it here. Had just enough space actually to work with here to put it here. I'm barely missing out on the Ferris wheel. If anybody got hurt on this thing, well, you'd be right next to a hospital with a bunch of beds and doctors and nurses and stuff. Ferris wheel obviously the same, but I think I changed this a little bit with the pathway. I don't remember if I did this in Epic World 5 or not, but I put wood planks underneath the fences and made like this cool little stone path it actually fits in a little bit better, I think. But again, I don't know if this is how it looks in 5, or it was just, or it's just something a little extra different. I have no idea. The snow globe, the only thing that's really different is probably the snow block placements. Like the little like flurries that when you shake the globe, it'll just fall down. I would know this because I have a couple snow globes sitting here in my room, but it's pretty much exactly the same again, but obviously the torches are a little bit different, but I actually added torches up top, I believe. I don't know if I did that the last time, and the snow is a little more jumbled around. The little presents decided to go with different colors. Again, same size, same shape, just different colors from Epic World 5. The little rainbow, I felt like I wanted to bring this back, so I did. It's kind of along here with the beacons, or these set of beacons are just kind of here, like they're just there. Um, they're just kind of in a place that I just felt like to put it down. The rainbow, as you can see, just enough space to work with here. And like these other builds, I copied it off of 5 and literally replicated it onto here. And that probably the things you guys have been waiting for most of to reappear. Yes, you knew this was coming back. The icons of Daisy and Rosalina. I don't have the little Yoshi egg on here, but I mean, that's a small add-on, and I can add that anytime. There is a couple of differences with Daisy and Rosalina here. There's not very many differences, so I'll just give a quick rundown. These gems up here were not lapis and redstone blocks. They were blue concrete and red concrete. I think I actually got both of the crowns correct this time. I'm not 100% sure, but I think I did. I added a lot more torches, as you can see. Like, it's literally everywhere that there's a dark spot. It literally covers the whole build. The earrings are made of gold blocks, which I did not do that the last time. The center point here is made of gold blocks. I used yellow concrete. For the star, I didn't use purple concrete. I used magenta. So I went with purple this time. So as you can see, there's already a couple of bit of differences here already, as you can see. The little gem thing, the earrings, are emerald blocks instead of lime concrete. Considering that it's practically a gem they have on their dresses and stuff, I don't want to just use regular old green lime or green concrete or whatever. I want to use something that actually shines like a gem. So I thought emerald was a good fit for that. And yes, this is white terracotta. Or no. I don't know. But it's the same exact block as the other ones. But you can see that there's a few differences and stuff. But overall, I think it looks actually pretty good with the different adjustments that I made. Again, they're small, but they work. Anyways, moving on over here, we have our new and improved fishing dock. It looks much cooler. That's all I have to say. It looks much cooler, and this thing is here to capture fish. Little dock with boats, some chests and barrels, a little boat house that you can just chill in. Not a lot going on over here, but and a nice little entryway up the path. There's not much to it. You see some new stuff over here, of course. The bank. Ah, yes. The glorious bank. I made a couple changes into here, too. There's more torches on the ground, as you can see. Instead of one clock, I decided to have two clocks, a second clock, and the fountain is a little bit bigger because I do not have sea lanterns on here. As you can see, it's a little 2x2, which would make it a four square or a cube, and decided to make it even with the doorways and stuff. I wanted to change that because it just looked odd having it single and just one clock and it just not lining up with doorways the proper way. So I wanted to change that. Other than that, these desks or the counters and the little, I guess you could say, little like money, I guess you could call that, practically stayed the same. The paintings for the screens, the gold pressure plates is like the little keyboard and stuff. All of that stayed the same. And obviously the little bank sign here, kept that. Wanted to keep it. I guess I can do all four of these. This is the rocket ship, different colors, not red and light blue. I decided to go with purple, green, and lime. Lime only for the top, green everywhere else, and purple for pretty much the whole thing. And did the lava thing. It's a little, I think this lava thing is not what it looks like from Epic World 5. Obviously it's here, but I think I had it one block higher, but I'm not 100% sure. But there is just a slight change in the lava. Sorry about all this yawning, guys. I'm so tired. I want to get to bed after I'm done. The pagoda, it's a lot different. It is a lot different. So remember, the other pagoda on Epic World 5 was not this tall. It used cakes and mushroom blocks. This one uses a bunch of different stuff. It uses bone blocks, acacia signs, iron doors, acacia trapdoors, prismarine slabs, red sandstone walls, spruce dark oak buttons, andesite, lanterns, acacia fence gates and fences, red nether brick walls and slabs, gold blocks, yellow coral blocks, a bucket of water, anvil, 3 hoppers, endstone brick walls, 4 black banners, and a wither skull. And sea lanterns. Wait. I don't remember if this was supposed to... I think I forgot to add trapdoors here. Oh wait, no, it's a regular door. It's an acacia door. I don't know if I'm gonna really be able to get in here. I might have to actually break this so I can get through. But there we go. We got it. It took a little bit, but there we go. But yeah, the pagoda is a lot bigger, uses a lot of different materials. It also uses dark, I think these are nether brick fences, and I decided to give it a little interior with prismarine brick slabs and redstone lamps. Look at how much taller it is in here. There's a lot more space, and yes, even more blocks. Quartz bricks, which I put in myself, and black concrete powder and acacia logs. There was a lot that went into this build this time. Unlike the last time where it's a lot smaller. Yeah, we're not going to have the town over here. There's not enough space for it. The 4-leaf clover I decided to have for St. Patrick's Day. Just felt like building a little something for the little holiday. Nothing really too much. And then the snowman over here. I changed this. I could not find the original video that I had for the first one. Unless... Oh, wait, no. I think I actually made it. I don't think there was a YouTube video. I think I made it myself. And that's why there's no video. But I decided to go with a video this time. It's more rounder. It's not as square, rectangle. The scarf is kind of cute. The little thin arms, twig arms, the little buttons. I added a smiley face like I did on the other one, and a carrot nose, and added a little top hat. It actually looks a lot nicer, to be honest. This was one of those like ones where they have the build, and then they move on to the next step, and then they show you where the blocks go. Or basically they have a platform, and then in the next step they have the snow. They had the snow blocks, and then they had the gold blocks of where the next blocks were supposed to go. This is one of those step-by-step videos. I think it's really cool. It's a lot more creative from the one that I made, and it's more round, which was the issue the last time. It was not round. Alright. The little flags. Decided to bring those back. I'm really too exciting about them. Decided a little aesthetic I wanted to bring back. I did something with the soul emeralds, because these are not soul emeralds. I did chaos emeralds this time, and all a lot closer this time. I decided to put them floating because naturally they are not on the ground. Actually kind of levitating a little bit, so I decided to put all 7 emeralds equally spread out. Like these 2 are spread out, these 2 are spread out, and just a little bit more over from these 2, and then I did these 3 evenly spread out, and I think it looks good. I was gonna have a black outline to give it that more pop feature to them, but I decided to go without it, and they still look somewhat good without it. And yeah, that's the Chaos Emeralds. The skyscraper buildings, I think I featured that in my last video. I'm not 100% sure, but yeah. I think I did. I think I mentioned those in my last video, but yeah, they're there too. The helicopter, yeah, it's a little different. I made a couple of adjustments. The outside part is a little different. Sorry, I was spitting out a popcorn seed. This freaking popcorn is the best. Getting a little off topic there, but I put the dispensers in a different spot. It's not the exact same shape as the other helicopter, but I think it still works. The interior is the same, but the exterior is a little different. And I extended these out. This was, I believe, originally like 6 blocks. I extended it to 7, adding the 2 steps. And extending this, it was 5. It is now 6 with the extra 2 steps, making it 8, and this being 9. It's a little different there. This part's the same, unless I made a little change, but I don't know where, if I remembered. I might as well just cover these 3 parts right here. We got the pink party car, the watchtower, and my cousin's house. Cousin's house is a little bit different. Yeah. I did have one little overwhelming problem, and that is because this house is actually 1 block shorter on the bottom. The width and length is 1 block shorter. So I had to do some couple of changes. So this painting wouldn't have normally been about right here. I decided to add some barrels here, and a painting of whatever that is there on the barrels. TV, the living area, still the same thing. I did do something with the staircase. With it just only showing up with like 2 blocks, it made it a little tight. So I decided to change it just a teensy little bit and made it 3 block gap from from this brick right here to this brick right here. Because with it being two, it was just too easy to fall off, so I decided to expand it just a little bit by one extra block. I believe in here I only had one end crystal. I put 9. Don't let this thing explode. It will probably somehow like the explosion will probably somehow manage through the bedrock. The TV I changed, with the black blocks being here. I decided, you know what? Let's just do it from the ceiling to the ground floor, giving more room for this little guy here, and a little more room for an extra cloud, and more room for the sun. Just decided to make the TV look a little bit better. This is all the same right here. There is actually a little bit of a difference with this little area here. This is the Ender Dragon eggs. This would normally have been 5 glass panes. I decided to only do 4. Why, you ask? Because it's uneven. And I didn't feel like moving it over. It just... I just like having the 16 like that. It just looks better than having 20. And it's an even spot too. Like there's just 4 in the center and then a ring around it. And I think it looks better. But that's really up to you guys or something. I like it the way it is instead of having it out one more and having 5 glass panes. And I think deciding to just have 4 is just the correct move. The dogs, didn't name them, kept them there. The little area here, the bedroom, it's a little different on the outside. It is a little closer to the dogs, but it's not as big. Like, this is at least 1 block shorter. I put more torches up here. It's kind of crammed, but it works. And I'm sure something that you guys have been wanting to see change about this house in this series. Why I never had the balcony evenly lined up with the staircase. There is no need to fear now. I have it evenly lined up. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So each side having 4, and then the center point is a little bit bigger, and I decided to do something a little bit different with the outside with the glass. I used red and orange stained glass, and I put a sea lantern in each of them as well, and I made it more spacious out here. I'll have to fix these campfires, these 2 campfires, because they're not supposed to be like that. I'm not sure why it's the direction, but yeah, I decided to make it a little different. I did center it to make it all better, but we might have one issue. Is it actually lined up with the pathway? Yes. It is lined up perfectly. The farm, a little bit bigger. Decided to change that up. The park, I decided to go with a little different. I added a little gravel path or dirt path to make it more like it's like been stepped on, to make it look nicer. This fountain, yes, I put a lily pad up here for absolutely no reason. Don't ask why I did that, because I just felt like it, and I just wanted to be a bit random. Added a couple of seats, but that's mainly why this is here, just to attach to the seating, make it more nicer, make it more look like an actual like park and more like it's been trampled on or whatnot a little bit. That covers everything over here. The pyramid. I've got everything done inside and outside, but I gotta get the pharaoh done. I cleared out a bit of tree just so I can make space. There is one little difference with the basement. The first floor is practically the same. I did a little something different because normally this would line up with this would normally be like stone brick or this to here, but something, I don't know what changed, but the glowstone looks fine, but it's okay. Now, something that I did differently in here, notice the pillars, they're not touching the wall. These stairs are not touching the wall on Epic World 5. They're one block apart. I happen to do this one short, just like my cousin's house. Again, I made that mistake for this, but actually I still think it looks fairly good. The paintings are all here. The king's chair or pharaoh's chair or whatever is all here. The treasure room is a little different. If you break that slab, you flip that lever. Yes, I did redstone work, and redstone is not something I do. There we go. And flip that lever. You are greeted with the treasure room. This is the new treasure room. What made making this pyramid, well, not really the top part of the pyramid, but the basement part of the pyramid in this treasure room, it's attached to a cave. So I had to practically break a ton of blocks just to make space, and I had to remove a ton of the cave just to put this room here, in which case there's a ton of goods, and this entire room here. I'm gonna undo these switches here and put the correct slab back. I used the cut sandstone slab for this, but yeah, it's a little different, and dealing with the cave was actually not as bad as I thought, but getting that treasure room in there was kind of a bit of a hassle to put in there because of a stupid cave. Sometimes I choose the worst spots to build things, but sometimes it ends up working. And yes, I brought back these little signs of the Temple of Despair, warning, very dangerous. I have the lava fountains out here. I have the flame torches on the sides and the incubus out here. Like I said, all I've got to do, clear out these couple of trees here and make room for a pharaoh. The same exact pharaoh that I've been watching for like the last 3 times. I will get that in there, don't worry. It will not be done until it's there. Next up, actually, the recently finished, not too long ago, the latest, the Cake Diner and Cake Diner Bar. Now, there are quite a few differences, not to the bar. The bar is pretty much the same, but I made quite a few changes to the diner. You'll know what I mean when I show you guys that. And I gotta kind of hurry up and hustle here on time here. I added this pathway to connect the bar and the diner. Decided to go with a 2-wide pathway. I put the dispensers, I put the dispensers in a different spot. Of course, they have cakes. Here's the new part that I added. It's a little dining area where to like eat fancy foods like chicken, potatoes, salmon, cod, steak, pork chops, you name it. And they're all evenly pushed out here. On the seating, I think it looks cool. It's a nice added addition with a glass roofing, just to get a bit of that good old sunshine. Outsides here, as you can see, are equal this time. Equal seatings. I think this one's a little bit bigger, but I'm not too sure. But as far as that goes, equal seating. And yeah, I think it looks pretty swell. It looks nice. But yeah, the new and improved cake and another thing, one last little bit. Instead of a one-way entrance, I decided to go with a two-way entrance to line it up with the middle. It, like with my cousin's house and the little balcony, it just did not look right with it just being a one-block entrance. And I did a little bit of a difference with the ceiling. The glowstone is actually lined up. The Epic World 5's Cake Diner bar, Cake Diner, the glowstone was pretty well lined up, but I think this looks good too. And I added a couple of lanterns in the process, and as usual, the same exact paintings I used for the Cake Diner for Epic World 5. And yeah, here's this little pathway I made. I decided to put them on water this time and not on land. I didn't feel like putting them on land because there's a bunch of trees everywhere, and I'm kind of in a forest, and there's a jungle just south of here. It's literally just right over there. It's not far. Now we're on to the big stuff. And when I mean big stuff, I mean two. There are two new and improved things that I've added here. Also, that Mario statue. I forgot to point out that I did add add a Mario statue right there. And it looks better than the old one. Say hello to the new and improved and the proper version of the full-size Comet Observatory with the added addition not too long ago that I did, a steampunk airship connecting to the little rocket ship area. Oh, this just looks so good. I could talk about this for a while, but unfortunately I'm running short on time here. I got one last thing to show over there. You saw it a couple times. And I'll get to that in just a short bit. Welcome to the new and improved Comet Observatory. This didn't take me as long as I thought it would, but it still took a while. Look at this. If you thought Epic World 5's Comet Observatory was good, oh my god, this is like a million times better. I actually was able to find one good set of videos on tutorial on how to build this, and this is what the result was. This is, I could make my own video about this. It just looks amazing along with the airship that I added here. I did watch a tutorial to build that. I might get into that another time, but I don't have much time. Like, this is much nicer. There's a lot more torches. It's more spacious. The rooms are bigger. There's an actual bridge here that connects to absolutely nothing. There's an actual kitchen there. There's a bedroom that's a lot bigger. There's this cool little fountain world here. The library. The main engine. It was a little complicated at first. The little house here, the flowery area, the little rocket ship is much more spacious and much nicer, and actually has an inside. I added a map in here, and this is basically your little rocket ship, about how it should look, and the airship, steampunk airship connected to this build makes this actually a lot cooler and a lot more epic. This would be the main screen. This is the engine core. I put a torch in there just to light it up. Just look at how amazing this looks. I've been wanting to show this off for quite a long time. Yeah, it's in there is like a little garden. I'm not sure. In there is pretty much the engine room. You can get to it, but unfortunately I don't have command blocks, so I cannot do that. The bedroom is more spacious. Look at this. There's more roomy in here. I can actually move around instead of it being tight and stuff. And I added a little tree here just for an extra edit. I added these slabs here just for a little extra bonus. Side thing that I actually just finished, actually 2 nights ago. Cube Survival is back. The cave part is a bit different. I will show more of this off in the next Epic World 6 video, but yeah, just wanted to show you that it's there now. You'll know what I mean when the cave part's a little different when I get to the next video. And last but not least, I'm sure you guys saw it when I was showing off my Grand Valley and the snowman, 4-leaf clover, rocket ship, pagoda, bank, and the fishing village, and the rainbow and beacons. Say hello to a brand new Toon Link statue that took me forever to build. Ugh. There were many times where I just was about to give up on making this. This in total took 3 days real time in creative. I found a lot of mistakes and managed to fix a lot of them. I had to go back and revise my work on this several times. This build is actually not the right proper build because there is still about 1, 2, maybe 3 or 4 different blocks that are either not there, misplaced, or just I did not add on because or it somehow does not align itself. If you really want to know how big this statue is, it makes that statue look tiny. If we go over here to the first Toon Link statue, still epic as always, and another thing that, speaking of this Toon Link statue, I did do a couple of changes with this as well. I added brown concrete powder instead of the brown terracotta or whatnot. It fits in well with the shade of brown. So you think this statue is tall, Yeah. It is from blocks 67 all the way to the peak of the sword for 67. Okay, hustle this. I'm almost out of time here. 67 to 163. Now, if you go over here, and yeah, I pretty much have covered everything. This is pretty much the last thing. This thing, oh my god, look at how big it is. Let alone I had to find good enough space to make this. So we're at block 64. Go all the way to the top of Eslo. That's his name. A 64. All the way to the top of him. This thing is 124 blocks tall. If you don't think I put a lot of time into this thing, I don't know what does. This thing took me 3 days real time in real life. The sword is epic. This whole thing is awesome. I could like the Comet Observatory over there. I can make a whole video on this. He even looks badass without the hat too. Like, it's cool seeing him without a hat and seeing his epic flowing gold hair that he has. I'm pretty sure he's a blonde, but we'll go with it. He kind of reminds his hair color reminds me of Finn from Adventure Time. But yeah, that statue is epic, and we're not done here. All these add-ons from Epic World 5 onto here, we're not even done yet. There's still stuff left to do. Here are the new set of maps that I've added. You can see that this world is pretty much full of islands. This is an island. This is an island. This is an island. This is actually an island down here. There's an island down here. There's an island over here. Island here. Island here. Two small islands here. Another island just north of here. And another, what looks to be another island just north as from even this island. I haven't gone much further up. I'll have to find out for myself. I've had so many maps that I've had to put a ladder here. But yeah, that pretty much covers about everything. It was a long update video, I know. I've been working my tail off to get all this stuff in here. Here's what it looks like on the maps. So, if you guys enjoyed the new update video, please be sure to burn up the like button, destroy the subscribe button, speak to the notification bell, leave a comment down below, follow me to the Guts and A's, check out my YouTube videos, I have playlists, check out Vivacity and Sonic Central. These links are in the description as always. If you guys are new to this channel, if everything is said, helps out a lot. I appreciate support and feedback. Sorry if a couple things were rushed. I was running low on time. I might cover them more in the next video. But I'm tired. I want to go to bed. So, anyway, with that, this is a great Sine saying, get you guys soon.